Celia, thank you very, very much for coming this afternoon. It's really kind of you. And particularly because you have a kind of demanding job. You have this heart, this sense of call to develop leadership, and you're doing that in many places around the world. But in your travels, in the people you deal with, the people you see, and easy places and difficult places, when you think about the words, thy kingdom come, and people praying those between the 10th and 20th of May particularly, praying for their friends, their family, those they love to come to know the love of Jesus. What do you expect when people pray, thy kingdom come? What do you expect when you pray, thy kingdom come?
Well, the first thing is he told us to do it. So I reckon there must be something in it if he told us to do it. Secondly, he made this world, and I think of the kingdom as a rulership. And if it's a rulership, whatever the king signifies is whatever we'll experience. So I'm thinking of his goodness, his mercies, his grace, his capacity to solve problems, maybe because that's how my mind thinks, his capacity to bring order, and just to restore beauty where there's ugliness. And that's what I think. When I pray that, I'm expecting him to exchange that which we have, which is inadequate and damaging, for the goodness that he brings.
And it's not a magic button, is it? It's not that. I had a text today from a very good friend of mine in DRC, in the Congo. Which is a place of the utmost chaos and suffering. He's a bishop there. He has a large diocese. There are 2 separate warlords in the diocese. He goes up into their area. He works there. There's no magic button you can push that suddenly makes them go away and you turn around and everyone's in harmony. So what do you say to people who say, what's the point of praying that? It's not going to change anything.
Well, you're inviting God's hand. You're inviting his goodness, his kingdom. He has a way with people. He made us. He knows how to get around that. And in a desperate situation like that, I guess when I pray thy kingdom come, I'm saying, help, God. We can't do anything about this. We can't change human behavior. We can't change human thinking. But you can, because you made man. You know how to reach him. You know how to encounter him. You know how to change his perspective. So that's a cry for help. But that's also acknowledging that only God can do this thing. And I think that invite is what makes that difference. Of course, there's no button that you press. But surely when you invite God to a situation, that's an act of faith. That's an act of great confidence in his ability to respond to that need, that cry.
That's fascinating. And in your life here in England, where do you live? Where's
I live in Rainham, Essex.
Rainham. And when you're in Rainham and you're out on the street and you're Saturday or something and maybe you've just gone out for a while, and you see some folk about and all these people who are going busily to and fro, not many of them in this country knowing they are loved by God, that they're called to be disciples of Jesus Christ, and you pray thy kingdom come, what do you expect there?
I do indeed do that. I go around my streets, I pray thy kingdom come. When I ask myself first of all, is there not a cause for me to pray thy kingdom come? When there's so many people, so many broken homes, so many lost every day, so many trying to fix their lives with drugs. So the statistics for self-harm is up, for suicide is up. 75% of people who come out of prison go back in there again. And I'm thinking, is there another cause for us to pray thy kingdom come? So I'm praying, God, touch these hearts. For surely you came to the earth so that none would perish, but that all should have everlasting life. And I'm crying sometimes physically. I'm crying and I'm thinking, if a human being like me can weep over these situations, how much more God? So that appeal, I believe, is what God is also saying. I think the whole earth is crying out, thy kingdom come. And we're asking God, touch lives, because it begins with that beautiful thing we call salvation. I think that kingdom come, the prayer makes grace available in these situations for a turnaround. In fact, I've prayed that myself. I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen in airports. I've seen that happen in the supermarket. I've seen that happen in trains.
And in yourself, when you pray thy kingdom come, what do you find?
There is a peace, there is a confidence, because hope arises. Hope, it says to me that it's not a hopeless situation, that I have a favorable, confident expectation that something is about to change, that the goodness of God is going to come into this situation. Indeed, when I say that kingdom come, I'm announcing to the situation something is about to change. Men are about to be turned to God. Children are about to find salvation. Women are about to find restoration. That for me brings joy, such hope, such peace, and such an indication that we ought not to stop, but to cry daily. Again, like I said, is there not a cause?
Thank you very much, Celia.
Thank you so much, sir.